let's decide a little bit later what 33 is going to be playing.
Yeah, he has options, right?
Yeah.
Like they're just going to save him for later on. He'll have a bunch of cool options. And you're going to be forced now, when you see this, they're going to have to ban the Naga Siren. They're still going to have to take the same initiative they did the last time. They're still going to stick with the Lesh.
I mean, I don't think it's wrong for them to stick with the Lesh. I think Lesh had tons of openings in both games. Resolution was playing it really well, and it opened up this Morph pick, but they were second pick. I mean, I think this game's going to be really hard also because it's drafting order. Like, it's extra tough for Secret to figure out what they want to do because they can't keep it open till the end. They might go back for the Dawnbreaker. I mean, we haven't seen them. It's been ignored the whole series so far. But I also think rightfully so. But I don't know what Secret are going to do with first pick here, like for the next phase. And yeah, we have to really look at the bans, and they have to coerce them again into something that is going to lead into good things for them.
No.
Meta is having a field day right now, you know? Like, the Brood is still in, Tide is getting banned. I think, Secret need to pull out some aces.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to keep track of, but to be fair, probably their best bet is to build on what they want to do and only counter what's going to get in the way. So if they believe that this Naga is going to stop what they want to do, then sure, ban it, else you might as well play against it. Yeah. Obviously, it is scary to play against Tundra's best heroes, but at this point, it feels like all they have is best heroes.
Yes.
So you might as well.
Yep, it's the Visage,
always a
Naga.
substitute, right? Like, as we saw, we saw a lot of times a bunch of different heroes for 9, but then, I mean, we were all sitting there and we're like, wow, this magnetic field, this Arc Warden just buffing everyone up, making them like immune to damage. It's something you pulled out of left field.
That was nasty.
I mean, I wonder if the statistics, I mean, there are probably some stats for the damage reduction that teams have pulled off, like between Wraith Pact and Anchor Smash with
the pipes.
And with the pipes and stuff. And I feel like they must now be up there, right? Especially with the Arc Shard. That's something new.
Mage Slayer as well too, right? Like, it seems like they always just have layers and layers and layers of it, which, I mean, you guys are very familiar with, of course.
Yeah, I love myself some damage reduction. Spectre, nice.
Yeah.
Good times.
Stampede.
Stampede. IO.
I mean, we'll see. I think Secret is debating whether or not they want to target the Naga. They're probably, because theoretically you could consider that, you've got yourself a Lesh track against the Naga or Lesh track against the Slark, which are the very popular skitty heroes. Yeah. Maybe Nyx should take higher priority, for instance, if you just look at matchup to matchup.
Yeah.
But it's, you're one game down, like one game away from getting eliminated, as in like losing the grand finals, and you give them the hero they've been dominating with. It's a hard call.
Oh my god, they banned a Brewmaster.
Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting too.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel very scared of the Naga. That's me. Like, I would not choose to play against it, but like Seb is saying, what are you gonna choose to play against? They beat the Visage before, and it honestly looked very doable last game too. Like, they have moments in this game, even though they missed, I think, a few opportunities. It does seem like I don't really know. There's Broodmother too. Oh boy.
It's just
now,
so many options.
So they banned the Conker out, and I think that they're really threatening, the Brood second phase with the Conker ban as well.
Yep. I would really want to see Secret address the Mirana, like address the Moonlight Shadow, because I think it's actually what makes these heroes really scary, because they really get to disengage. Like, this Tiny is gonna throw his spells and not get punished for it. Same with the Naga in the other game and the 9 heroes. Like, I would want this hero to kind of, if they get too close to the action, to die.
What about Zeus?
Yeah,
Zeus for
kind of heroes like
Zeus Slash might be a lot of the same thing, but I wonder, like, you play against Mirana Naga.
Yeah, I think like very reliable lockdown. I don't know if it's Disruptor Glimpse, if it's Zeus, ulti. They need to find a way to stop Tundra from, poking, kind of, slowly, kind of, beating them down, like kind of agony, the slow agony of in and out heroes that are using the Moonlight Shadow,
just
like
long range, disengage all the time.
A lot of those heroes are left in the pool. The Lifestealer we've seen that's countered the Lash Drag a couple times that we haven't seen Tundra go for too much, but it's been banned a lot of times. The Naga Siren's still in, so what's their option? I mean, they get their Pango instead.
They go for the Pangolier.
Leaving things open for their last 2 picks, right? Yep. Now they have 33 as the pick of the litter, 9 Skeeter does as well.
Same drafting scenario as game 1 when they were second pick. They picked the Saksa, the Snake King, and the 9 kind of trio, because these guys actually play as a trio. They play a lot in the Fog of War. As we said, they feed on Skitters and 33's map pressure. So this is what they want to play with. This is what they want to counter the Lesh early game tempo with, and now they're just going to decide how to set their silence up for success.
And this next pick for Tundra is so scary. I mean, for Secret to pick, they maybe still want to address the Brood, right? Because, I mean, sure, Pangolier could be Neta hero, could be the 9 hero. Now,
Crystallis actually has played a lot of Marcy position 1. I don't know if he's done it officially, but in pubs he's been playing it a lot. So I think that's also an option. And maybe that's a hero that he feels like will counter Neta's full no matter what.
But isn't it really hard now? Like, you're also afraid of the Visage, Brood. I'm just
All those
thinking
summons.
Neta heroes, and now you pick the Silencer. Like,
I feel like
seen it
if
before.
it's a +1 Marcy, I think I feel like it works. And to be honest, I like the global, like, I really like the Silencer down route against Thunder.
Oh, here we go. Let's
Okay,
go.
take it away.
Nice,
Okay.
nice.
So now the brew ban makes sense, right?
Yeah.
At least in a way.
Makes a lot more sense. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, they're taking it from Tundra. That is a...
I think it's a good approach.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah.
I think it's a very good approach. Also for the Mirana, we're talking about the Moonlight Shadow, we're talking about this long range. I think
I like the pick, but the only thing that scares me is you're now in the most important game, like the hardest game to play, and you're picking something you haven't touched yourself against a team that's probably the smartest at playing with it, so perhaps also playing against it. So, you know, it's like, you have to execute it. Theory-wise, I like it, but...
But what they picked before didn't work, right? So isn't it in a way really good to switch
No,
it up?
Yes, it is, it is.
Even though, I mean, yeah, back against the wall, it won't get harder for Secret than this. 2-0 in TI finals?
Surely, surely. Now I wonder, is this a Naga +1 or could it be flexible? That is what I don't know, because obviously we have not seen Secret use Naga as much.
Does Sayak play +4 Naga?
I haven't seen any of it.
They haven't played it.
They haven't.
They haven't played it at all.
Yeah. So it's really hard to guess what they're going to do with it.
Team Secret.
This Marcy could be core or support, so that's the flex, basically.
Okay.
That's the 33 hero. It's a
And-
beast into Naga, which is interesting, but he does like the axe build a lot.
Yeah. No, but I've seen it. It makes Naga suffer a lot on the lane. Like, you think
does.
these illusions normally versus Beast, but Beastmaster has skill points you can put in different things, and it turns out that you can actually get a really good lane versus illusions. Like one Avalanche plus the Beast, if you catch him
5
summoning it, then
seconds remaining.
you're left with just a naked Naga who only has Riptide.
Yeah.
Everyone has massive wave clear. It's like the typical Tundra. Every single person can push from the fog, clear creep wave almost instantly as well too.
But Chrysalis has played this in the past. I've seen him play it in the past in pubs, and you know, I think it's a fantastic hero versus Tundra.
I see it. I mean, Tundra for sure is going to hate the lane pressure kind of against them. They really want to... And also, they do have nice wave clear. I mean, Pengu's pretty nice. Beast is also decent, but maybe Naga's still too much.
Naga will overwhelm it eventually.
Yes.
At some point.
Yeah, at some point, this bottom and Tiny, they can't push back against Naga.
I want to ask, what's Tundra going to ban here? What are they banning for? Are they banning for a Nisha mid hero? Are they banning for a Resolution offlane hero? I mean, I'm assuming that they're assuming Naga's one.
I think the offlane heroes are more problematic than the mid heroes.
Because it could be Sayak hero coming up too, and Resolution playing the
Marcy.
Marcy also.
Or it could be a Naga 3 or 4, which is maybe a little bit more crazy.
I wouldn't assume it,
no.
but of course.
Tundra
Could be.
Esports.
I mean, that's
turn
probably
to
more
ban.
likely. Now we see the troll ban too. We've seen Rezo play Marcy quite a lot in the qualifiers and stuff like that. He was playing it offlane a
Yeah,
lot.
they've been owning with the offlane
With
Marcy.
great success.
Yeah.
I wonder what his stat is, but I think it's very positive.
It's tricky. It's tricky. We'll see what Tundra is going to decide to respect, because they also have to
10
be taking a guess here.
seconds remaining.
And it's not an easy one. So whatever they're going to ban is going to obviously
5
tell us
seconds remaining.
where they're placing the Naga and where they're placing the Marcy, assumingly, or what they care the most about, if anything, because obviously they cannot know for sure what Secret is going to do.
Lots of hmms going on, I think.
There's a lot of pressure on these bans. There's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Shaman.
yeah.
Interesting.
All
So
right,
they're
but-
looking at Marcy core for Secret. So then in that case,
Yeah.
most likely a Marcy +3
But I also
and a Naga
think
+1.
it's a very interesting read on the game, right? Like, why do they ban Rasta here? What does Rasta make? I think it makes sense with the Naga, right? It's
Yeah.
like it's a lot to do with the Naga and what
10
you're saying
seconds
about like this
remaining.
hard lockdown, not letting heroes like kite around you.
Yeah.
Shackle can be an incredible
5
tool.
seconds.
And right now they have very poor lockdown. Like it's only Lesh stun and Marcy rebound, which is very unreliable.
Yes.
Right? This Hex could have helped a lot.
Yeah, and it's also one of the
Tundra
Sayak classics.
Esports, turn to ban.
Okay, next ban. Yeah, I think they really want the Marcy to be core. Obviously, they could still flex it. I'm not sure what Resolution could be looking at. Other than that, Sayak has a bunch of heroes, right? Like Sayak has a bunch of heroes. He has the Earth Spirit, which is a good lockdown. He has the Tusk is out.
Blade Shaker, Tusk is out.
Shaker.
Secrets, turn to pick.
They do ban the Clockwork. Looking, for some reason, I feel like we might be surprised by how Secret's gonna put the heroes, but
But
maybe
they
that's
could,
just
I mean, they
my
could
mind
pick
going
Nisha's
crazy.
hero here, right?
Mm.
If Nisha, what could Nisha be picking? I mean, we never mentioned the Zeus. I don't know if it's that good here.
I'm stuck on this Marcy +1. I can't
10
get over it.
seconds
Really?
remaining.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I mean, we'll see. This is exciting.
5 seconds remaining.
They're out of time, right? Is that reserve time?
They've got a
I
little
assume
bit.
so. Okay, they've got a little bit more. 15 seconds to go. 15 seconds to decide. You know, probably your fate A lot of pressure.
TUNDRA ESPORTS.
Misclick.
Turn to
Ember Spirit. All right.
I mean, it's good for some reasons, right?
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan if we're doing +1 Naga with the Ember. I think there's a little bit of de-synergy, but there's also some synergy. It's just not all the way.
I mean, it's a very good Ember game.
But it's
Look
good,
at their
really good
heroes.
versus what they're playing against. Yeah.
Ember
super good.
versus
10
bottom, Tiny
seconds
Pango,
remaining.
like, and even Roar, they're gonna have a really hard time catching this Ember. He has the
5
backup
seconds
of Global
remaining.
Silence. If he does end up catching a kind of a stun, he has the backup of Sleep. This Ember can be the king of the game, you know?
So-
Nisha can pop off on this.
But do you still think that they're doing something weird with Marcy, or don't you just think it's going to be?
I would assume it's a Marcy Leshrac, you know? Zac, Marcy, Rezo Leshrac, Naga Silencer safe in an Ember mid.
Yeah,
Most likely.
I would say so too.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
But so we've seen Nine. He likes to counter pick when he gets the chance to. I wonder if he's happy with this matchup, like the Pangolier. I mean, he has to be the Pango, right? It has to be Skitter Hero. Never mind. Medusa.
Now select
Right.
your hero.
That's-
We have not seen that hero.
That a
We
First
haven't seen
Usa?
that hero, right?
I think that's a first Usa.
Wow.
I mean, that's a Skitter hero. We've seen him play it a lot in the
Yes.
past. Yeah.
Okay, Medusa.
Stylus is on the Naga. Yeah. No funny business here.
Do they have enough damage to take down a Medusa is what I'm thinking, you know?
When Tundra starts grouping up and forcing...
It's not easy for these heroes to take down Medusa because, you know, Lesh and Ember, and
Lesh, yeah.
they might lack damage.
Yeah.
Probably that's what, Tundra is trying to abuse here.
And we saw one Naga earlier. I'm trying to remember who it was from RNG. He went for diffusal on the
Could be
on the
interesting.
Naga, and it could be interesting again this game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, so Tundra's plan is to get this Dusa to a point where you eventually can go tier 2, Roche,
10
tier 3,
seconds
and
remaining.
the group up is going to be really strong with the Beast, and the sieging is going to start happening, and that's Secret
5 seconds remaining.
kind of demise if it does happen. Whereas if Secret, they manage to stall the game out and start splitting, and you know, Medusa is also very punished by a map that gets spread out really like quite a bit, and he doesn't like running around. So
It's funny, it feels like both teams have swapped roles
Yeah,
in terms
yeah,
of
yeah,
how they
yeah.
want to play the game, right? Secret wants to be dodging, and Tundra is going to try to hit critical mass, group up around the Dusa, the Beast, and just try to, you know, end it. So we'll see how it works out. Very interesting to see how the best Naga team plays against Naga, you know?
Yeah.
Doesn't get more interesting than that.
you have any copium left for Secret?
I do.
You do?
Of course I do.
Okay.
I want game 4.
Me too. I really want game 4.
Well, we'll see if we're going to be getting that here. I mean, overall as well, Fog, you know, just sort of seeing Skeeter on this sort of hero. It's been, what, 2 games so far with Tundra. Each time, whether it's been Skeeter or Nine, they've just had this core that Secret haven't really been able to touch. Do you feel that may be the case here again, or do you believe that Secret, they can make sure that neither of these 2 cores from Tundra get a free game?
Tundra are magical the way they make space, especially for Skeeter, and I see 4 heroes that are pretty damn good at it. So let's see. I mean, they're the ones who know how to play versus the Naga Siren, so let's see if they can actually be put up to that test.
I hope for a 5-game finals. I hope these players are in here and really enjoying the moment. You know, I hope we get some good Dota.
Absolutely. Sort of final words, Seb, you know, coming into this for Secret. We saw them able to sort of keep the positivity high at the end of game 1. Do you think they're going to be able to do it again at the end of game 2, going into this game 3?
There's a reason why Puppy was in the finals 10 years ago and why he's there again.
Well, let's see what's going to happen here. We'll pass over to Slacks now. It's going to be with Bowie for some
Thank
words
you so
before
much.
the game.
I am here with Owie 2000. Hello, sir. Potentially one more, my friend. Potentially one more. Are you guys feeling it in the booth?
Honestly, like we had a talk, our emotions are pretty level right now. We've worked a lot on not choking on land, so hopefully, you know, game 3 of TI finals.
Definitely a good time not to choke. So you guys, I saw a lot of comfort picks coming out here. You know, the Snake King Mirana, the Pangolier. So is that kind of the strategy to just get those feel-good heroes, or do you think they're especially good in this draft?
I mean, we sort of early picked those heroes, so they're just sort of heroes that we think are strong and fit in versus their first couple of heroes. But we also picked Dusa because Skitter opened the Crimson Witness on stage. So it was like, it's time to pick the Dusa.
Yeah.
So
I think this might break it or make it for Dusa. She might get a nerf or a buff after this game. So which one are you hoping for?
for Dusa,
Yeah?
I feel like the hero's unpicked, unplayed, no? Like, I don't know if I've seen a Dusa this tournament, but I hope it works.
All right, well, we'll see if it works. Let's throw ahead and throw it to the casters for potentially the last game, game 3 of the grand finals.
The battle
Thank you very
begins.
much, Slacks. Yes. We'll see indeed. Our Tundra able to get the 3-0 sweep, or a Secret able to stop them in their tracks. First of all, though, before we get into the action, we've got some words behind the scenes from Puppy during that last draft.
They're afraid of your monkey, Remco. Feel the power. He remembers last game. But don't worry, new game.
Oh, there we go. There, Puppey trying to sort of build spirits coming into this game 3. As they need everything here, Secret, to try and be able to turn things around against Tundra. 2 games now where there's just been a point where it seems all over. Tundra has just been all over Secret, closing up the games as they wish. Here, this game 3, indeed, as we talked about during the draft, bit of a different approach from both teams.
Much
And,
different.
Tundra absolutely tries something completely different there. You know, obviously Aoi mentioning that cosmetics were a bit of an influence in terms of why Skeeter's running the Medusa in this match. But regardless, you've got to imagine they still pick it because they feel that it's going to have its strengths here. Something that other teams have not been able to find in any of the games so far here this international.
Yeah, they probably feel like it can get to the scaling point, but the laning phase could be incredibly difficult. This is a very oppressive lane that Secret does have down here. And Mirana, I mean, we've seen Snaking do fantastic work on it, but sometimes you just can't really protect these cores. There's a reason these like Medusas and Clinks have not been picked too often. Their lanes can just get completely shut down. So let's see if Skeeter and Snaking are able to do it. Right away, we're seeing those immediate tangos. 4 or 5 of them are being passed off to Skeeter. He's going to have to bring more down because of the harassment that's coming out.
Of course, one thing that's going to be feeling good for Secret, seeing already some action from it here down bottom. Zayat's getting his hands on the Marcy this game. One of the stronger heroes from the tournament.
They don't have one of those heroes that really benefits the most off of the sidekick, though. Usually you do see, like, when Tundra does try to opt for it, they have like 2 or 3 heroes they can throw this sidekick onto. Not really many on Secret, where it's like, wow, amazing sidekick. Like, sure, the damage bonus on an Ember can be decent, but Naga Siren getting sidekicked up isn't really the best. So it's going to be more of just this ganking in Marcy in particular.
And do you feel a bit more comfortable overall with Secret's approach? You know, this game, Crystalis, playing what you could only describe sort of as a more traditional carry, right? It's not this Pudge or Bristol that's going to look to be forced to get involved at an earlier time. He can look to sort of take the game a bit more on his shoulders as a harder carry as the Naga Siren in this game 3.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, like, he should be able to eventually definitely take over the map, and they do have those elements to be able to push and abuse those side lanes. It's very, like 702 was saying, it's like the script has shifted completely. It almost looks like a Tundra draft on the Secret side, except for the silencer. So could definitely see Crystalis perhaps get to that point, but let's see if he's able to with the pressure that comes out, because Tundra, you said, super oppressive. But looks like Skeeter, he's having a little bit of a rougher one, as we've seen Snaking actually getting a lot of last hits in this lane. 6, because Skeeter's being pushed off a lot from the aggressiveness.
I mean, that's, you know, sort of something to be said there, at least Snaking making sure that not too much is getting missed from the both of them.
Yeah.
We'll see top, Puppey, just going to look to chase out Satcher a little bit. So she'll be fine and into the trees. I mean, mid lane, this time round, having the Ember Spirit here for Nisha. I mean, what's sort of your thoughts on this hero? I mean, she picked later on in the draft. Is this a game where Ember Spirit is going to have the luxury of sort of darting around the team fights, or is there a few concerns for Nisha?
Definitely some limited disables on the side of Tundra. He could have a spectacular game. However, Ember at this tournament has been having some difficulties, of course, kind of committing into fights. You kind of just run out of steam at some point, it feels like, on this hero lately. So we'll see what he's going to be able to make of it. Top, Saksa
trying to trade with Puppey, but Crystalis will step up, make sure that Saksa can't continue to stand his ground against the silencer.
Now we see the build, of course, from 33. It's Axe Max, but also just he started with the Sage's Mask straight into the Bass. He started some Mangoes. It's typical approach from Tundra and just keeping the spam on. He sees top CS.
And sort of a Secret, you know, in terms of, obviously we talked about how Tundra can deal with the mid. Secret, you know, for Secret, how well are they going to be able to deal with 9 when he hits this point where he's coming in with those early rotations, heading to the side lane with the Rolling Thunder? Can they deal with the Pango's aggression?
He could be a big problem. So I think we have to watch for these globals, if he's able to catch it, like in between these rolls and stuff like that, how much Puppey's going to be able to do to catch this with the combination of Nisha. They do have burst damage to be able to just kill this Pango in some situations, so.
So far in the mid, Nisha. Decent bit of a lead here, 29-5 against the 21-2. Doing his best with a consistent slight spam here onto 9, keeping him low.
Both kind of doing the same thing to each other, keeping each other just at gankable levels. And it's a bit scarier, I would say, for the Pango. He actually has to go back to base because there's a Marcy. So whenever you're getting put low, you always have to expect this rotation to come in. So we do see 9 is forced back to base.
We did see Zayat, yeah, indeed, step over to that area, see if that opportunity was going to be had. As you say, 9 plays it smart.
As soon as he goes missing bottom, even for a couple seconds, they do have to be very wary of it. Thinking. He's got the trade. He's got 2 in Starstorm, too.
It's true, Zayat does get too low. Dude Snaking will look to jump in and burst through him.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more hits and he would have probably been able to go for it.
And looking at the bottom lane, it also was a bit of a slower start in the first few waves. Looks like Skeeter's able to pretty much catch back up here to the amount of fun Rezo's getting out of this. 26 for 7, 23 for 6, and he's got this full wave coming in against him. I think Skeeter, you know, despite the early pressure on him, have dealt very well with those first few waves, those first few lanes that they've had to match up against Secret down here.
They've been so good because of this
top
Mirana,
tower
really.
is
Like,
under
Snaking's
attack.
actually being able to bully and make sure that Skeeter's able to have a decent laning phase because these 2 points in Starstorm. He's able to trade with pretty much anybody. And here we see this rotation coming in.
He's already used the swashbuckle.
6.
And he has indeed hit the 6, and that'll mean 9. He's more than fine. In fact, trying to use that ult to set up a bit onto Nisha, but the Remnants are the ready. Nisha himself in the 6. 9's able to roll across, pick up that arcane rune. And Snaking and Saxa heading over to help. They're jumping with the rebound. And Zayats goes down. They'll even be able to turn over towards Nisha as well. But 9 will die for that effort. Maybe feeling a bit stronger than he was there, charging forward with the backup of his 2 supports. But 9 ending up losing his life off the back of that aggressive play.
Nisha does incredible physical damage right now. The corrosion and the blades of attack finished.
There's so much damage yet.
Maybe thought
3
he was-
points in slide.
Yeah, maybe thought he was going to be a little bit tankier, and immediately they rotate in Zayas, they fill up the bottle, so looking to play around Nisha as much as possible.
So yeah, Secret showing that they can bring their supports mid as well. Sure, the Nisha continues to have that edge in this mid matchup. Only about a 600 gold difference, a lead here for the Ember Spirit. Nisha playing it well so far.
I mean, that tends up being the decision there, so Secret, they're going to be like, okay, no longer can we really pressure the Deucer early game. We're just going to look to buff up this Ember Spirit so he can be the one to kind of take over the map. Since Naga's now having her own free time, they're just going to be like, all right, Rezo, you're sacked for the moment. We'll deal with this Medusa later on. Still keeping the silencer even around the mid lane.
$33. Looks like he'll give sort of that top lane up to Saxa. 33 will start to clear a bit of the stacks. Prepared here in the triangle.
Yep, he's got his helm creep finished up too, so now he can look to actually pressure the lane. Once he's got this creep, he can go back up there.
Bottom lane, taking a bit of an effort onto Skeeter. Man, they're starting to get pretty low here.
The arrow.
Damage resides in Resolution. Snaking on target though. Holds back Rezo. Limits the ability for Secret to continue to chase down Skeeter, but we're seeing heavy pressure now from these 2, and it's going to become even more. Secret, they're bringing in Nisha to make the aggressive play down here. Skeeter immediately out of the area, does not want to mess around when these sort of rotations come out from the mid.
The earlier ward that Snaking placed for to watch the rotations of the Marcy, actually this time catches the Ember Spirit, making the rotation down. So Skeeter, we've seen him, actually last game did the same thing. Got pushed out of lane relatively early, will go to jungle, and Snaking's going to sit in the trees and sap.
And it's this timing again, really. So this 8 to 9 minute window where both games, Secret, they have been allowed to get this early tier 1 tower. So once again, they'll get some good pressure on at the moment. Snaking, same position he did last game, sapping the XP that he can. Over in Secret's up for the map though. Saxa's got a bit of a catch on to Crystallis.
He looks dead.
9, he's ready to jump in with the Rolling Thunder. That's Crystallis gone. So while Secret put the pressure on down bottom, Tundra make the most of that information to catch out Crystallis alone.
And so much pressure. As soon as the Dominator's finished up on the Beastmaster, he's shoving the lane in. They're looking to catch behind, and yeah, Saxa, he finds it. Even now going to take away some of this jungle, take away the bounty rune as well. And look at Snaking. It looks like he's potentially maybe trying to drag a wave or something. Yeah, maybe try to grab that, but unable to because he's getting chased. Does mean that they're not going to get the bottom tower on the side of Secret, and top tower is going to drop to the side of Tundra. And Snaking is just base making. Oh, unless Rezo reads him.
Nicely done there from Rezo. Zayat's able to jump in and throw Snaking back into the clutches of Resolution. They'll get themselves a kill out of that Secret.
Oh, beautiful play from Rezo.
And see Nisha, he's diving in sort of pretty deep into Tundra's half of the map. Trying to really keep Skeeter on his toes, make sure this Medusa doesn't feel too safe to farm. Even this sort of deep area on their half.
He's not really at risk of too much. Like, they have to bring so many heroes to kind of punish this Ember Spirit, so I really like the play from Nisha. He's just keeping this Medusa low, keeping him scared, because if a +1 hero comes in, it's a free kill every time. And now, with this, potentially able to take this bottom tower point, put it to Edict, so we'll be able to match that move from Tundra up top. 2-2.
10 minutes in, similar to sort of the close start that we were getting at least out of the game 2 of this grand finals. Secret very much having their own strengths. Overall though, see top of the board there, 33. He's making the money on this Beastmaster.
We've seen this from him a lot on his Beastmaster, especially being top net worth when it was very popular. He was playing it so much. And we'll see now if there's going to be a play from Secret to look to invade the Ancient area, because that's kind of like the Medusa specialty, is farming these Ancients. In the past, most games with Tundra, they actually don't do this for Skeeter, because he's usually playing with these Illusion heroes, so let's see if they are going to look to punish him.
And sort of in comparison to the drafts that we have from Tundra in Game 1 and Game 2, would you sort of consider this Game 3-1 a little bit more vulnerable in these sort of early stages? Like Secret have a bit more of a chance of shutting them down early?
Yeah, absolutely. Medusa just takes some time before she wants to show up at all, so it does feel like they can look to be playing pretty aggressive, just have to really avoid Nine in particular. I mean, he's the big playmaker. If they can kind of
Nisha
move away from the Pangolier.
Let's see if he seizes the opportunity to go for Saxa. Sentry down though for Saxa now. He knows that Nisha's watching him.
Tough grab though. And Nine is still, I mean, really lingering in the back line on
Still
the
wants to maybe do something.
He's got quite the flank.
He's a bit low on the mana as well. Went up too much to throw out here. There's the opening for Nine. In with the Rolling Thunder. They'll pop the global.
The creep takes the arrow.
Stun. And he won't quite connect, and now Rezo tries to turn, but the global comes to an end. Saxa turns for the combo. Avalanche toss to take him down. Resolution falls, but
yes, he's fighting.
The backup of Nisha. Secret, they'll be able to take something in return.
Oh, no way.
He's out with the sword, but he goes for the TP. But Nisha will be able to dive in with the Remnant, pick up a couple, maybe more. Chains are up. He has enough mana to stop the TP from Saxa. Puppy's here as well. They'll chase out the Tiny, surround him in the trees. It's a triple kill for Nisha.
What a play. Skills up the Searing Chains after he gets the kills, immediately has enough mana to do it too. Beautifully done.
This is exactly what Secret need to be seeing from Nisha. They have to have him just step up to the next level, something that he has done before in some of the series here during the playoffs of TI. They need Nisha to be on top form and have a chance against Tundra.
And you see why they put so much emphasis on him in the mid lane. Fill up his bottle, do everything you can to make sure Nisha has this game so he can make that space for this Naga Siren, who now, Crystallis free in the jungle, and they have a regen rune sitting bottom, so Zayat's, he's camping it for Nisha so he can keep his impact on the map. All about this Ember Spirit for Secret.
Skeeter feeling confident enough to step up in the mid. Secret, they'll
scary
never
place.
jump on this. They'll get him with the opening. They've taken out his mana. The damage has been done. A risky position for Skeeter to find himself in. Secret, they don't hold back at all at making that jump. They know that Medusa is in a completely dangerous spot, and it hurts. That's Skeeter out of the game for 20 seconds. Secret, they managed to put some pressure on the mid, and of course this is just continued gold and XP being fueled and funneled into this Ember Spirit.
Stoat has the regen running, so he's full HP, full mana for this push. They can still have to fight if anyone does come in, and Tundra doesn't feel like they do want to fight here. It's dropping too fast. Big moves.
I'll have to let this one go.
And tons of space. Crystallis now able to rotate down toward bottom.
Nine, he's sort of keeping his eyes on Crystallis, but of course in this area, out on his own. He's not able to sort of make any sort of move or aggressive play. At least not until he has the Diffusal Blade done. When that's there, he might be able to look for some solo action.
I was looking to see if we would see that build queued up also for Crystallis, because I believe Notel was mentioning, I think it was Hector who did it actually in one of the games as Naga when he was playing, and he went with this Diffusal Blade, and it was very strong. So if he can opt to do that, if they even want to. The thing is though, do they even want to though? Because like the Medusa, maybe they don't feel like they even need it. I mean, how little this hero's been played.
You might sort of see the argument for just getting that Skadi
play normal
as soon as you can. Of course, Skadi's going to have incredible benefits for limiting the Medusa in these fights.
Secret this time around really finding their footing. Now for Tundra, playing around 33 is probably the best option. Helm of Overlord is finished, so it is a big problem for Secret.
Resolution's pretty vulnerable as 33 opens up with a raw. Easy kill there for Tundra.
That's the big hero that they do have to watch out for. And yeah, snaking with these Moonlight Shadows, this has kind of been one of the biggest things that Tundra's been able to play around.
Yeah, you got to watch out for this Ember Spirit next fight. He's got his Maelstrom done and a DD in the bottle.
Oh boy.
You don't want to fight around this Ember unless you're guaranteed to have the lockdown. And of course, this is a point where Raw has been used. Nisha is going to be able to play with that timing in mind. Not too much that he has to threat when he turns up these team fights.
And there's Global available too, so even if the chain stun comes out, like if Saxa finds an Avalanche, they can probably counter.
Strong. He's ready to go in chains. Followed by the Global Silence. See the Rana. Snaking, try and get off to the side, but the slight's there. They take down both supports.
And they might even get the helm. They will.
Extra 250 gold, but going the way of Resolution, so more money for him. I'll speed up the Bloodstone. Really is, you know, saw Nisha being able to step it up a bit more in game 2, but here in this game 3, his Ember Spirit so far so good here with these early plays. And hitting sort of on towards the level 12. Once he gets that item done after the Maelstrom, we'll see what it's going to be if he feels he needs to get the BKB, play some sort of into some sort of safety for the next item. But at the same time, as we say, with sort of lack of lockdown,
he might not need it.
He can just build up that damage, continue to play aggressive.
I think he probably wants to look to play as aggressive as possible. The space for Crystallis is amazing right now. He's just having the time of his life on this Naga Siren 2K lead. And Secret, they're still clustered together. The lanes are all in a good position for them, so they can just keep looking to fight. Even though they don't have global, this Ember's king.
Another catch here from Nisha. He's in with a slight change. Brendan off to the side. They're going to dispose back onto Saxa, but Science and Puppey just gets shredded by 33 and his Dinosaur. As TUNDRA, they're ready to see if they can catch more Snake. He's in with the arrow. Quick turn, the slight change. Nisha's just able to take him out amongst them. TUNDRA, they continue to get more. 9 rolls in, takes out Rezo. He's got his eyes over towards Nisha. It's pretty deep here. Up towards the tier 2, they'll continue to try and chase him, chains back up. Well, Nisha starting to sort of dig there, a bit risky. He's going to get caught with the other. Nisha goes down. As TUNDRA, they hit back hard, straight down the mid. They take out 4.
And now Secret, they're looking for the fight. They're like, we don't have global, we don't really care. We can still look to get this, but an avalanche from the high ground, I think catches, what, 3 heroes? Axes as well from the Beastmaster, catches multiple. TUNDRA in position perfectly to counteract Secret.
Yeah, as we've seen time and time again for TUNDRA this series, they know when to go. You give them any sort of opening, and they just go straight for it. And both supports taken out, and then they know it's their time. Around here on the aggressive against Secret. Puppey does have the global up.
They have to try to take out this 33 Beastmaster somehow. He's doing way too much damage. Crystallis is still getting all the space in the world, but that is a pretty devastating hit. Losing Nisha like that.
Absolutely. We're going to get to see Crystallis have an impact this game that he just hasn't had in the series so far.
Sure.
Both game 1 and game 2, he just never really got the farm, pretty much stuck at the bottom of the cores. It will be a different story this time, so Crystallis, he'll absolutely feel a bit more powerful when those inevitable team fights occur that he has to turn up to.
That being said also though, Skeeter has started to get ignored a little bit because of the moves TUNDRA's been able to counteract for Secret. He's got Manta. Now he can freely push out those waves without having to show his face. He can actually survive in most situations.
That's very true. I mean, as you said,
hard.
On the Medusa, you're always going to have a tougher time opening up in this sort of game. And Skeeter, arguably, he's got through that tough spot.
He got through one of the tougher ones, and he's always going to have excellent Mystic Snake targets. You just throw that onto the Lash in most situations, you get so much mana back in the fights. Secret have to be careful in these next few moments. Can't make another mistake like that. Gotta smoke up. Nisha's still having quite a bit of gold in the bank. 2,600.
See Snaking poke at the wave mid, but
Dire's
they want
top
something
tower
much bigger
is
than that.
under
They want
attack.
33's life.
This is the best kill
See
they
if they
can
can
find
blow
right
him up
now.
here with a combo. Straight in, but already 33's off the side. They find the change.
Saxa's
Saxa's
here.
to help out. Rolls back up. They turn with the roar onto Resolution, holding back the Leshrac. He'll turn his attention over towards Saxa instead.
Here comes
But TUNDRA,
Skeeter.
they want to look to try and take this fight. 9 rolls up straight over the high ground. He's got the opening start on the Resolution. The roll continues, of course, through the song as Resolution's taken out.
They're still
And
chasing.
9, he's ready to close in on Crystallis as the song comes to an end. Illusion's back out for Crystallis, Snaking, jumps forward for the Starstorm, trying to burst Secret down low. The curse kicks in onto 9, so no further spells available to be casted on the chase.
But now Roche.
Resolution's gone, 33 as strong as ever, steps over into the Roshan pit. They were so close to maybe catching 33 by surprise, but they couldn't quite find the initiation off the back of the rebound.
They waited.
So they're trying to poke at them here, Secret. Sort of deter TUNDRA from committing to the Roshan, but it's rough.
They waited a little too long, it felt like on the Global. Every spell got casted, and then Global comes out. The Roar and the Avalanche was already there to kind of let 33 get the distance. So Secret, again, they have to be careful with these mistakes. It's gonna get punished every single time. TUNDRA is all at the ready to look for these fights, and now, with Skeeter at the ready to fight, they're gonna look for their own battle in 4 or 5.
Skeeter's ready to join in, he's got a point in the Stone Gaze as well. So ready to pop that ultimate. Stop Secret from being able to sort of take the fight head into them.
Saxa's got Blink.
He's in with a jump. He gets the toss back. They'll get the quick pick onto Puppey. Puppey gets burst through. Rebounded from Science over towards Saxa. The Stone Gaze has been popped here, so Secret, they can't come in for now. Ooh! That's actually actually going to end up tanking the Raw out the back of one of the illusions. Rezo's going to attempt to run down Tundra with this in mind, but onto the back lines, 9. Straight in, on top of Zayas, controlling the Marcy. Good bounces here off the cliffs. Leaving Zayas no option to escape. 9 takes him out pretty much solo. Jumps over the swashbuckle. Stun will connect though. 9, he's falling low. Nisha has the damage. They take down 9.
Can they chase for more?
They've got the curse on the 33, Rezo. Wants the Bloodstone, getting that mana back up. He's ready to chase. He's closing the ammo to the Beast Master. It's going to be another for Secret. Triple kill
Big
for Nisha. Only Skeeter and Saxa left here for Tundra. Saxa, he still wants to fight. Jumps in with the toss. The avalanche onto the 3 of them. They've taken out Resolution. There's going to be a buyback from Zayas. Secret, they're putting everything into holding this fight. Keeping Crystallis safe. Nisha,
the dragon.
he's so low on mana. He hasn't really got much, but he's sort of trapped up on the high ground. He's got one more slide of
He's burning.
But Skeeter,
He's burning.
The burn for the dragon. 33. Kills him off. Skeeter will surely die here. Can they really get him out? Oh, but they're going to get him out.
Is he really going to get away?
They can't close the gap. Skeeter's going to live.
God.
He's going to live.
Oh, Nisha gets stuck in that little spot on
And
the ledge.
the dragon, the burn, he feels it there.
And the whole fight, too. A fight that lasts, I mean, what feels like almost 2 minutes. The Hawk is scouting everything in all these situations, too. Tundra, amazing at the way that they can reset from these fights. With Secret, they do get some big kills.
I mean, yeah, more. No, sure. Nisha dying at the end of it. I mean, look at this. He's 10-2-2. He's still doing everything he can here to hold on to this game against Tundra. But in these fights, Tundra's still able to take to sort of the next level once again in this game 3.
I mean, look at the start, too. The arrow does connect on the Noggin. They're almost able to get the roar, but 33 unable to get it. It's the start there. I mean, crazy chases.
I mean, Skeeter being able to walk away as he did. It's definitely going to feel frustrating there for Secret.
I mean, the way that they're able, just the reset, the constant reset and jump forward, the way they play around these cooldowns. Saxa, how many avalanche toss combos was he able to get in this one? How many axes did you see thrown out?
We'll see Skeeter about 2,300 gold away from the Skadi. If they couldn't kill him easily enough then, once he's got his next item done, he's going to be such a huge terror in these team fights.
Crystallis too, though, still getting big. The Orchid is finished, so he also has a level of control, perhaps,
Tundra
to catch this Pango.
They're ready to make the move. They know Roshan's up. They don't want to head straight into the pit. They want to try and get a pick off first. Secret relatively prepared, though. The 4th and group 2. Skeeter, arguably, he's got through that tough spot.
He got through one of the tougher ones, and he's always going to have excellent Mystic Snake targets. You just throw that onto the Lesh in most situations. You get so much mana back in the fights. Secret have to be careful in these next few moments. Can't make another mistake like that. Gotta smoke up. Nisha's still having quite a bit of gold in the bank. 2,600.
See snaking poke at the wave mid, but
Dire's
they want
top
something
tower
much bigger
is
than that.
under
They want
attack.
33's life.
This is the best kill
See
they
if they
can
can
find
blow
right
him up
now.
here with a combo. Straight in, but already 33's off the side. They find the chain.
Saxa's here.
To help out. Rolls back up. They turn with the roar onto Resolution, holding back the Leshrac. They'll turn his attention over towards Saxa instead.
Here comes
But
Peter.
Tundra, they want to look to try and take this fight. 9 rolls up straight over the high ground. He's got the opening stun on the Resolution. The roll continues, of course, through the song as Resolution's taken out.
They're still
And
chasing.
9, he's ready to close in on Crystallis as the song comes to an end. Illusion's back out for Crystallis, snaking. Jumps forward with the Starstorm, trying to burst Secret down low. The curse kicks in onto 9, so no further spells available to be casted on the chase.
But now Roche.
Resolution's gone. 33 as strong as ever, steps over into the Roshan pit. They were so close to maybe catching 33 by surprise, but they couldn't quite find the initiation off the back of the rebound.
They waited.
They're trying to poke at them here, Secret. Sort of deter Tundra from committing to the Roshan, but it's rough.
They waited a little too long, it felt like on the Global. Every spell got casted, and then Global comes out. The Roar and the Avalanche was already there to kind of let 33 get the distance. So Secret, again, they have to be careful with these mistakes. It's gonna get punished every single time. Tundra is all at the ready to look for these fights, and now with Skeeter at the ready to fight, they're gonna look for their own battle in 4 or 5.
Skeeter's ready to join, and he's got a point in the Stone Gaze as well. So ready to pop that ultimate. Stop Secret from being able to sort of take the fight head into them.
Sox has got Blink.
He's in with a jump. He gets the toss back. They'll get the quick pick onto Puppey. Puppey gets burst through. Rebounding from Zion, so towards Saxa. The Stone Gaze has been popped here, so Secret, they can't commit it for now. Ooh! That's actually going to end up tanking the Roar out the back of one of the illusions. Rezo's going to attempt to run down Tundra with this in mind, but onto the backlines, 9. Straight in, on top of Zayas, controlling the Marcy. Good bounces here off the cliffs. Leaving Zayas no option to escape. 9 takes him out pretty much solo. Jumps over the swashbuckle. Stun will connect though. 9. He's falling low. Nisha has the damage. They take down 9.
Can they chase for more?
They've got the curse on the 33. Rezo pops the Bloodstone, getting that mana back up. He's ready to chase. He's close to the ammo of the Beast Master. It's going to be another for Secret. Triple kill for Nisha. Only Skeeter and Saxa left here for Tundra. Saxa, he still wants to fight. Jumps in with the toss. The Avalanche onto the 3 of them. They're taking out Resolution. There's going to be a buyback from Zayas. Secret, they're putting everything into holding this fight. Keeping Crystallis safe. Nisha,
the Dragon.
He's so low on mana. He hasn't really got much push off. He's sort of trapped up on the high ground. He's got one more slide of
He's burning.
But Skeeter,
He's burning.
The burn for the Dragon. 33. Kills him off. Skeeter will surely die here. Can they really get him out? Oh, but they're going to get him out.
Is he really going to get away?
They can't close the gap. Skeeter's going to live.
God.
He's going to live.
Oh, Nisha, he gets stuck in that little spot on the ledge.
The Dragon, the burn, he feels it there.
And the whole fight, too. A fight that lasts, I mean, what feels like almost 2 minutes. The Hawk is scouting everything in all these situations, too. Tundra, amazing at the way that they can reset from these fights. But Secret, they do get some big kills.
Yeah, more. No, sure. Nisha dying at the end of it. I mean, look at this. He's 10-2-2. He's still doing everything he can here to hold on to this game against Tundra. But in these fights, Tundra's still able to take to sort of the next level once again in this game 3.
I mean, look at the start, too. The arrow does connect on the noggin. They're almost able to get the Roar, but 33 unable to get it. It's the start there.
Tundra, they always find him and sort of force Puppey to either not get the global off at all or use it in inopportune moments.
See Cloak of Flames now picked up for Crystallis, so easier ways to cut waves, tankier for his illusions as well.
See there on the win probability, still very much a strong belief there in the power of Tundra. How much farm Skeeter still has, and how much farm 33 does. You know, 33 gets to play these fights with his Summers alive and sets up with a Roar. His impact, it's going to be big in these team fights. Secret holding the high ground. Tundra trying to break back into their own jungle with this smoke.
They have this ward. They see they see at least 2 or 3 heroes right now in Secret.
It's a difficult area to fight for Tundra, even if they're making the jump off the back of a smoke.
They see Puppey with the Aeon Disc too, so maybe gonna look to poke and prod it, force it. Rezo forcing bottom tower with Edict.
Bottom tower is under siege.
Almost drops down. And Tundra, they opt to just go elsewhere.
Yeah, they have no interest in defending this tower for now.
Yep, looking to probably finish up the next few items. Skeeter still not feeling too strong. He's going for the Maelstrom build. He's starting to feel perhaps that Naga Siren will be an issue.
All right, okay, yeah, going full in on the dealing with the illusions. And understandably, indeed, with how much farm Crystallis has, continuing to hold on to that top spot in net worth.
Neck and neck game. Closest of the 3.
I mean, it really has. We're seeing sort of the trajectory of the series so far. Game 1, Tundra, a complete stomp. Game 2, Secret very much having much more life to them, but still not enough. Now in this Game 3, Secret in the best position they've been in today in terms of being able to take a game off Tundra and holding on to their chances here in the grand finals.
And in terms of scaling overall with their draft, right? They have the Marcy who's going to be able to scale really hard. Nishas have this fantastic game. Crystallis is at the top of the net worth, so... And scaling, they should be able to deal with this Medusa. As long as she doesn't get too big like a Rapier at some point. Eventually, you do feel Tundra's draft can start to fall behind versus what Secret does have this time.
Middle tower is under siege.
But that's been said a lot of times for Tundra. And Tundra has done some miraculous stuff.
This is a team that can very much find a win in even the tougher situations later on. one of the reasons they've cruised to this grand final straight through the upper bracket. Tundra, they have so many strategies, so many solutions for every single possible position they can be held in.
Look at this flank. Shadow, they see the smoke.
Oh, Chrysalis is going to step up into this, put the illusion 9, he's going to look to jump in the backline to global silence out, but the Rolling Thunder's already there. Chrysalis trying to keep them safe here with the Song of the Siren. Nisha swinging over towards the backlines with the Remnants. Chrysalis having to back away from 9 over the river. Resolution and Nisha.
They're on Chrysalis
to the south step, but Chrysalis, he needs help. It doesn't look like he's going to get out. Maybe that disposes there for time. It's not enough. Nisha, see if he can get any sort of a cleanup. Jumps over the Remnants. He's trying to chase down Snaking, but Secret, they've already lost 2. They'll lose sides as well. Tundra, they'll take the fire around the mid, and they'll look for more. Over towards the chase onto Rezo. He's got the BKB, but Skeeter's in with the Scotty slow. Rezo goes down as well. 4 dead on Secret.
And Nisha, he's still got Remnants to play with. Should be all right. The root. Will it catch him? The roar.
They got the roar.
Do they have enough?
And it's the Hawks crashing down onto him. It's a little bit more, but not enough. Nisha still able to get away. I mean, lucky enough for him, 33 hadn't quite picked up the Hex. Next time around, the Hex, it will be there. 33's got it done.
But they just, in this fight, they just get the perfect wrap run. They stick on Chris, and nobody helps. He gets a global to kind of cover him, but nobody else is able to actually get him into a better position.
I mean,
they full focus him.
It very much was a case of just biting off a bit more than they could chew. You see, sort of the plan here from Nisha, he wants to jump to the back lines, try and look for the easier kills, and then off to the side, sort of this heavy attempt from Secret to sort of commit in. And try and help out Reza, you know, get this kill on Saxa. All this sort of split focus means that Chrysalis, he's got no help at all.
No help whatsoever. And they do have enough damage. If they're able to stick on him like that, they will always have enough damage to deal with this Naga Siren. Tundra now 4K lead. Right after we're saying that perhaps they could have some struggle, they find a beautiful angle, and now, like you said, the Hex is also finished up for 33, so for Nisha, he's actually got a much harder game in front of him.
He's got to be careful, and he's got a little bit of protection, of course, with the status resist. The Kai stand, she's trying to get the Linkers off next, but in the mid, they get the toss back into the arrow, into the Hex, they're locking down, Nisha's gone!
Oh boy.
They
Instant
have
smoke.
the power to deal with him right now.
They're feeling themselves. Instant smoke, the roar's still available. They want more, 70 seconds. He just spent the gold.
I mean, you know, Secret, they definitely are going to be feeling it after the outcome of that last fight. They know that Tundra's got this lead against them, and there's got to be sort of that really concerning feeling just sort of deep in their gut. When you get behind Tundra, you struggle immensely to get a hold back at the game. It's something that teams throughout the entire TI have struggled to do. Trying to turn around against the lead at this point, against this squad. Only very few have even come close to being able to do so. Secret, they've got to do something miraculous to hold on to this game.
It's a huge death, too. Such a long time. The Ember Spirit off the map. You can see Secret's kind of stuck in their base. Chrysalis is really being, pretty aggressive being down here. He can even get caught pretty easily if there's just like a Hawk scouting him. So he's really pushing the limit of his hero down here. And Roche, it's going to get scouted instantly. It's going to spawn, and they'll have a small window to actually go for it.
Don't know if Secret's going to want to do anything about this whilst they don't have Nisha.
It's going to die so fast as well.
It really will.
With 9, all that minus armor.
Secret, you know, out of all the heroes, Ember Spirit may be one of the ones that could have gone for some sort of aggressive dive in to try and look for a steal. The rest of the 4 of them, it's so hard to do. Of course, Outpost under Tundra's control, so no real easy way for Nisha to get over here in time. Roshan gets taken ages into the hands of Skeeter, and Secret, they may have come too close to the pit already. They jump on the Puppy, they pop the on this. 9, in with the Rolling Thunder, locking Puppy down across the stairs. Puppy falls, and Science, he's got to run. Uphill miss there, protecting from that first instance of the Skadi attack. And Science, he's still got no chance of running. It's Rezo. He's able to close on. Rezo gets the toss back. Tundra. They take the Roche, they take the Aegis, they take 3 more kills from Secret.
It's the way that, I mean, they're fighting the Roche, right? They're killing it. They're like, oh, we got this. So they Moonlight Shadow, run out, and go for catch while they're doing the Roshan time. Tundra just on another level every single time. The way they take every single approach, every single fight.
Yeah, Secret starting to crumble a little bit once more. They've got to pull themselves together.
But how now? Skitter, he's the one full critical mass. The Mjolnir's done. He's got Shard.
I mean, at the least, a Chrysalis on the Naga Siren, he can continue to do this. keep some of these lanes, split push out, cut the creep waves, limit the areas that Tundra's able to push in on, but already this top lane, it's hitting the tier 3s. Tundra, they're going to look to try and push on a high ground here.
And the big issue really for Crystallis is when is he going to be able to feel strong enough to get into a fight himself and do what Nisha's doing? He's 1-3-2 on this Naga.
He's trying to get the axe here to sort of have that extra setup, but
is it going to give him damage to actually walk into these fights? It doesn't feel like it. Tundra, they've covered all their bases.
and they're so strong now around this push. 3 minutes still on the Aegis, so much time to play with, where they can look to take so much from Secret.
Dire's top barracks has been destroyed.
Rex, it's just dropping for free. Nobody wants to step up. They're scared of getting tossed. He's got the axe.
Saxa! He's in with the combo. They catch Science out to the side. The arrow connects as well. Swashbuckle won't quite clip him. Neither will the axes, but 9 in with the rolling thunder. Finishes off Science. Over towards Crystallis now. The global silence holding back Tundra's aggression for now.
They're not able to make anything of that global.
Secret, got to keep that distance throughout the remainder of the rolling thunder from 9. 30 seconds without their Zaya's Marcy.
Another toss.
Saxa, the setup down to Crystallis. They get the roar, the full-up X as well. He's been locked down. They've got to get Crystallis back to safety. He's walking back to the fountain. They'll be able to allow Crystallis to reset, but the damage is done. The rags have been taken out. Rezo, he tries to come in, but he gets too close. Roars up. Rezo's out for 70. No buyback for the Leshrac.
They can't kill anybody during the global. They're just on full retreat. Secret starting to look impossible.
It just doesn't stop it from Tundra. Once they've got a hold on the game, it's just this immensely tight grip. You cannot stop them. 12K lead.
All it takes is one fight, really, from Tundra. We saw 28 minutes, right? Things were kind of even, and then kaboom. They find absolutely everything they needed. And now Secret, they're pretty trapped. They've got the Lincolns now for Niche, but as we said, where's the damage going to be coming from? Everyone on Tundra's feeling a bit too tanky with all these new items coming out.
And just, you know, as always, you got to really point back to sort of how impressive it is for Tundra to do with this last pick Medusa, something that no one else was doing, something that was, by the sounds of it, from how he sort of picked on a bit of a whim. Skeeter, he got the new Crimson Witness for it. He wanted to play it. It's looking pretty darn fantastic. It's up there at the top.
And they see Nisha.
And they get that opening.
They got the chain stun.
The global's going to be popped. Can he get him out in time? They can't. The lockdown's there.
He spent his gold on the Lincolns.
Oh, he's out for 80, and Zayat also found. Secret, they are crumbling, falling apart once again in this game 3. Tundra, they just know how to break you.
And they just know how to play with this vision, right? The Hawk, this time around, it always seems to be scouting.
Radiant's courier has fallen.
I believe they also now, that was the gem that they just picked up, gave to Nisha, and he didn't last with it for very long. Now it's on the Beastmaster. A full refresher, also, this Beastmaster, 33, a menace this game, 12, 1, and 16.
My goodness. I mean, there's so much pressure on Crystallis right now to just try and keep this game going. Resolution as well, they're doing everything in their power here. Secret to just cut these waves, push them back out. Good call there with the BKB CP out. If that BKB didn't come, Resolution was dead for sure. He gets himself back to base. Secret, they're trying the best to prolong the game, buy time for Nisha to get back in, and that will certainly be the case. He'll be back up in 30. Secret, at the least, despite this incredible lead that's starting to grow against them, they were able to hold them off, give themselves another chance, but each and every time, that chance becomes slimmer and slimmer.
I mean, the Rapier is queued up for Nisha. He's really starting to feel it. And, I mean, Crystallis, he's got the Bloodthorn queued up. Perhaps this could be some solution to be able to focus fire some targets, but
he's got a lot of money towards it.
He does. Tundra just, they're just playing so well off each other, protecting each other with Lotus Orbs, Force Stabs, etc. They have so many, 9 snaking both with those Lotus Orbs. So even if someone does get focus fired either from a net or from that Bloodthorn, they'll have ways to bail them out. I've seen them do time and time again. And now their base, right? The base is just being shoved in constantly. Tundra always going to be able to shove those lanes in.
So much damage. 9 with the Bloodthorn, the aggressive, you know, the offensive items, the defensive items, the Lotus ready to bail Skeeter out of any dangerous spots. They have everything to just sort of empower this Medusa, allow Skeeter to just enter the front of the fight. And it will be so tough for Secret to take Skeeter down at this stage.
And they're even starting to get, you know, these tier 4 neutral items, so Global starts to get addressed as well. All these dispels, Tundra continue to stay as a unit. Secret continue to be trapped.
Puppy. Just going to try and come out, maybe get a bit of vision, bit of information. And to take the outpost back, or at least tease with the idea.
They're risky.
Still under cover of the smoke.
Dyer's
do they see it?
bottom tower is under siege.
Someone pings.
I mean,
They want the bigger target.
they've got themselves on top of Nisha.
Uh-oh. Jumps left. They're pinging it.
I mean, his TP's on cooldown. That was put to a stop there by the jumper Saxon, so he has to make his way back to the base
It's a
with a few
global.
remnants, but of course he's still got many to play with that Aghanim, so he'll be fine. Secret able to get everyone back to the base, but indeed Global's down. Maybe a bit of an opportunity for Tundra to once again try and take this game to the next step, look to push down for another set of barracks. We'll see how much they want to force it.
I think they're kind of on chill mode until Skeeter hits 25. If someone walks into them, they can look for the fight, but Skeeter, it unlocks a whole new potential of the hero when you hit 25 on this Dusa, especially versus this Naga.
I mean, it's true, and sort of the big thing that's standing out as well is just sort of the levels. You know, Tundra, they're able to get so much XP from the map with these kills. Skeeter just about to hit level 25.
Yep.
Meanwhile, for Chrysalis, of course, all of his farms pretty much done by the illusions, split pushing out the map, still stuck on level 19. Still a ways to go before he's really going to be feeling in a position to be able to stand his ground against the cause of Tundra in the team fight.
And a ways to go, really. Zayats, you know, he was getting close to BKB, what, 12 minutes ago or something? He still doesn't even have it done, so the scaling for them has completely stagnated. While for Tundra, it feels like all of them are scaling more and more with these small little items to protect each other.
Not really sort of any easy target that, even with the BKB on Zayats, that he can sort of just commit in on with the Unleash.
No.
They've got ways to kite him out. Zags has got the items, Blinks, Forces, Yules.
And multiple ways to get that dispel, as we see. Witchbane's done, or Witchbane's picked up from the Medusa, and they did, I believe, have the Stormcraft on the Tiny, so yeah, ways to just reset away constantly, which has been kind of the bread and butter for Tundra, resetting, retaking fights over and over again. And 25 now. Medusa, Skeeter, he's got the talent, so they're ready for their fights if anything comes to them. Playing it safe probably, though. Final game perhaps for them. Playing around this Roshan timer, it's soon to spawn.
That's it, exactly. They can taste that victory.
Yep.
They know how close they are to claiming that Aegis of Champions. Every single time we see Tundra take the safest route out. They do not let these leads slip away, and they're going to do everything to make sure that nothing changes from that in this all-important game 3.
It's got to be frustrating for Secret at this point, knowing that they can't make any move outside, but at the same time also, if they give up the Roshan, they probably just know that there's no way for them to bring down this Medusa twice.
So the big item pickups that they are going to require is Chrysalis. When he's next item done, it's going to be opting for the Nullifier after Bloodthorn, so some further aggressive sort of setup that they can play with.
Still just committing into these fights at this point. It just has so much to deal with him.
Went out with a smoke. And he's trying to get in there with the jump on a 33. See the take out this beast spot, but we're getting the roar up there and on top of the 33. He's having the BKB up, throws down the side, they turn Skeeter! It's too much damage from the Medusa. Nisha jumps in, will be able to finish on 33 in return, and we'll see the buyback coming straight away from Resolution 9. He's got him pretty deep here to try and chase down Puppey. Still with a bit of time left with the Rolling Thunder Overlords. Resolution did buy back for this. He's able to sidestep the arrow in time. 9 out with the swashbuckle. Secret, they'll look to chase, but the Blink's there before the Slide Fist connects. He's out to safety 9. Yeah, I want to get back in. Saxa in with the toss goal on the side. This is wrong. They lock down Nisha. Nisha out for 100. As Tundra, they'll chase him down. Rezo gone without buyback. It's only Puppey and Chrysalis. Puppey,
and the arrow.
The arrow's there. Tundra catch him out. They're ready to run down mid. There's a lack of buybacks on Secret.
Secret felt the need. They had to chase to try to get more of the Beastmasters dead, but they get hit.
There's no buyback. No buyback on Resolution. And Nisha, he's 200 gold short. It's Tundra.
They're going to try to get some wrap around the Tundra.
Some sort of surprise, but it's 2 against 4.
Dyer's middle barracks has been destroyed.
As this push is not stopping.
Tier 4's dropping.
They've got a fortification, but still such a long time without Resolution, without Nisha, a full minute.
And the creeps are coming in top. They can't even cut the waves.
As the tier 4s, Tundra, they're pushing on. Secret, they've got to make their move now. It's going to be now or never if they want to try and stop Tundra.
They got to just run in.
And they got to do something. The H is
Ancient's
exposed.
dropping.
Tundra, they're looking to end inside. Jumps in, but immediately to his death. Chrysalis has got the illusions out, but he's surrounded. Taken out. The Ancient is exposed. They're looking for the game. Tundra, they're on the Ancient. There'll be a buyback for Chrysalis, but surely there's nothing.
He's just getting controlled.
Nothing to be done here from Secret as Tundra. They're closing it up. The Ancient, it falls. It's on.
Oh my God.
Tundra have done it. The 3-0 clean sweep today against Team Secret here in the grand finals.
What an unbelievable storyline. Undefeated. Tundra, unbelievable.
And the way they did it, it truly feels like matter.
They broke
Their
it.
approach every single time, they're unstoppable.
Even when they get their heroes taken